A lot of people will say, well, listen, I got involved in an accident, I need an attorney, but there's no way I can afford the attorneys at Levin Papantonio. They've been in business 50-something years. Fred Levin has won multi-million-dollar lawsuits. Yeah, I got in an accident, but my neck's hurting, my back's hurting, but it's not a catastrophic injury. There's no way that Levin Papantonio will take my case, or even if they would, there's no way I can afford to pay them. What can you tell the viewers about that?
Listen, Rachel, you don't know how many times I've heard that where they'll say, Levin Papantonio is a huge law firm, national law firm. Will they take my auto accident case here in Pensacola? We always say there's no case too big or too small, but a lot of people think that to get a law firm of our caliber, with our resources and experience, that somehow our firm is more expensive than other firms. We charge these large fees. Our firm will take on your case. We believe you have a case. We'll take on your case on a contingency fee. What that means is that there's no cost to you up front, there's no fees. If we win your case, our fee is a third of whatever we recover, if we don't have to go to court. If we lose your case, you don't pay us anything. But the thing is about it is that our fee is comparable to all the law firms in the area. We don't increase our fees because of our resources, because we're such a large firm. Our fee is a standard contingency fee. Certainly, if you have a case and you're saying to yourself, well, I want a law firm that has the full investigation team. I want a law firm that can stand toe-to-toe with the insurance companies. I want a law firm that has the staff and the time to go through and make sure I present the best case possible. The one thing you should not say to yourself is, well, I don't want the best because for some reason I think that they're going to charge more, this or that. That is not the case. And I want to say that again. That is not the case. A lot of people think, you see on TV that, you go and hire the best law firm you can get, that they're going to charge you a retainer fee up front. They're going to make you say, hey, you got to put $3,000 down to help us out with the cost of this or that. That is not the case here. We are not criminal defense attorneys. We work on a contingency fee. What that means is that you don't pay a retainer fee. You don't pay any money to us up front. What we'll do is, if we believe in your case, if we believe we can get you justice, we'll take your case all the way up to the jury until the jury comes back with a verdict. You won't have to pay the fees or costs. If we win your case, that's when the fees and costs come in. If we lose your case, you don't pay us anything, and that's just a risk that we take. And being trial attorneys, trial is nothing's guaranteed in trial. So in order for us to take your case, we have to meet with you and make sure that this is a nice client. She deserves justice. Clearly she's been hurt by the negligence of someone else. She needs our help, and we'll jump in there and we'll see you through the justice system. And you don't have to worry about, do I have enough money to pay them? Again, our firm works on a contingency fee, meaning that we win your case, then there's a fee. If we lose your case, you don't pay us anything. And that's been if you've taken a look at our commercials throughout time, that's always been, the case, that will help you out. And certainly don't worry about, whether or not you can afford a lawyer. And what I would suggest is you want to get a lawyer sooner than later. You want to call our law firm sooner than later, because we want to make sure that all the evidence is preserved. The other thing we want to make sure of is this. Rachel talked a lot about uninsured motorist coverage, and certainly I want to echo that. You have to have it. There's so many people on the road today, young drivers, people that are going through hard times, that saying, I'm not paying for auto insurance. It's just too much money. They go and injure you. You have a permanent injury. You have your medical bills mounting, skyrocketing, and they don't have insurance. One thing that we do is just because that defendant driver says he doesn't have insurance, that doesn't mean that that's the end-all, be-all. We do a full investigation into insurance to make sure there's no excess umbrella insurance. Sometimes a young driver will say, well, I don't have insurance, but the vehicle is owned by someone else. And under Florida law, that owner has strict liability. If he allows a driver to go out and drive his car and injure someone, well, guess what? The owner's insurance may have some potential liability. So we're going to contact his insurance company as well. If this driver was driving and he's working for somebody, he's going to deliver documents, we're going to find out if there's any other resources out there to make sure to compensate you. And sometimes that's not something that you can do on your own. You wouldn't know what respondeat superior means, that the employer is responsible for the employee, or what vicarious liability or strict liability is when the owner of the vehicle has to pay for the driver's negligence. All that is something that a lawyer knows about. And let me tell you something else. I've seen situations where the insurance company will tell you that, well, we don't have insurance, and then in fine print they'll say, well, we don't know of anything right now, or they'll be kind of vague on whether or not they know about other insurance. As soon as I see that language in there, I send them a letter, and I want a statement under oath signed by somebody with a notary letting me know whether there's umbrella insurance, excess insurance. I want to know what is out there, because they won't always be upfront with you. But you want to make sure that if you're in an accident and this person that hit you says, oh, I just have a minimum amount of insurance, you want to make sure that's the truth, that there's nothing else out there, because it's in those situations where you have $25,000 of bills, $30,000 of bills, and not just your past medical bills, but you're looking at the future as well. If you're a young person and you've been hit, if you're older and you have to pay for this treatment well into the future, if it's a permanent injury, you're actually compensated for human harm, pain and suffering damages, just for what you had to go through. You want to make sure that there's enough out there to compensate you, to get you full compensation, not just taking the defendant driver's word that, hey, I don't have insurance. You want to make sure your lawyers go out there and find out what's out there, and we'll do that. We'll make sure that we protect your case and present the best case possible.
You made it clear. I mean, we do charge the standard rates. There's no fee, unless we win the case for you. And just to be clear, there's no fee to just come and meet with us and talk with us for an initial consultation. I will talk to someone on the phone. I'll meet with them in my office, and I know you'll do the same. And we'll tell you whether or not we think we have a case we can help you with. I mean, there's times where I'll say, look, here's what you need to do to handle the case on your own. You don't need an attorney.
Certainly.
So don't just assume I don't need an attorney or I can't afford an attorney. Meet with us and let us use our experience, use our knowledge to really evaluate that for you. And we'll be the first to tell you, look, this just isn't something we can help you with, or this is something you can really handle on your own. But you'll find a lot of times too that it is something we can help you with, and something that we can really ease your life. We take that on. We deal with the insurance companies and the adjusters and the investigations, and all you do is worry about getting better.